So Minions Rise of Gru is a really great new animated movie that starts off really strong and does a really great job in maintaining that high standard across its entire 90-minute runtime. What is up everybody, welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video we are going to be reviewing the latest movie from Illumination Studios, Minions The Rise of Gru, which is a computer animated action adventure comedy movie that tells the early adventures of Gru and the insanely lovable Minions characters, and is the 5th entry as part of the wider Despicable Me series and serves as a bit of a sequel to 2015's Minions movie, and it's just really great, and they did a really good job in terms of keeping everything really fresh, and I'm going to be breaking it all down for you in this movie review. So from a storyline point of view, we've got 3 concurrent storylines that are going on at the same time in this movie that blend together really well in this 90-minute movie, so let's explore them one by one. So first up we have Gru, who is in school and he has ambitions to become a supervillain, and he gets the opportunity to audition for the big supervillain group at the time called the Vicious Six. And we also get to see the relationship between him and his idol, White Knuckles, whilst also being a bit of a parental figure with all of the Minion characters. Speaking of the Vicious Six, we've also got them on the hunt for an ancient artifact. And speaking of the Minions, we've also got them trying to redeem themselves after they do something a little bit crazy with the Gru character. And like I said, they are super lovable as well. Now from a positives point of view, they've got excellent pacing in this movie. They go through all of the material really well, so you're never bored. And whilst there is quite a lot going on, I feel like they balance it all really well. And this movie is also incredibly funny as well. It's definitely one for all ages. I feel like most of the jokes are centered towards a younger audience, but they are really funny nonetheless. And I feel like Illumination Studios are really great in terms of balancing their audience's enjoyment. So like I said, adults can definitely enjoy this movie as well, and there are certain jokes that are definitely made for adults in this film as well. And it's really great to see Gru's younger age. I feel like it's really great as an adult character, but it's really cool, like I said, to keep it really fresh, to kind of see what's happening with his younger years. I feel like all of the villains are really great as well, as there are quite a number of villains. You don't get to know about all of them that well, which is a bit of a shame, but nonetheless, I feel like as a villain team, they are really great, and some of the twists definitely lead to some unexpected team-ups happening as well, which is really great. However, from a negatives point of view, some of the twists and turns are just super predictable, especially if you've seen a lot of similar animated movies. You could definitely see it coming a mile off. And like I said, even though this movie definitely is for all ages, it definitely does feel a little bit more skewed towards a younger age. And I feel like the ending battle, they just could have made it so much more epic and so much more vibrant and so much more enjoyable. It is still really enjoyable for what they did do with it, but I just feel like the payoff for what you've seen across this movie just could have been so much more. And I just feel like I said before, they could have just gone into so much more depth with some of their storytelling and with some of their characters as well. But like I said, they are packing in quite a lot, and for the most part I do actually feel like they are really successful from a storytelling perspective. So from a cast and characters point of view, all of the voice actors do such a sterling job with all of the performances, so let's go through them one by one. So first up, of course, we've got Steve Carell, who is reprising his role as the younger version of the Gru character. Now, I absolutely love the older version of the Gru character, but it's so great to kind of see his younger years and how he became the villain that we all know and love in the Despicable Me franchise. And you can see very similar traits for this character, which will transform into him becoming the older version of this character as well. And you really do miss his presence in the first Minions movie, as he is such an iconic character. And speaking of those traits, you can definitely see him being really loving towards all of the Minion characters, really ambitious, and just wanting to be a super villain so badly, and also being a bit of a parental loving figure as well towards all of the Minion characters. I think is really interesting. And as this character is a lot younger, he is really naive as well, which they definitely do play into, and he definitely needs mentorship, which they also play into, which is done really well. We've also got Pierre, Coffin, who is reprising his role as voicing all of the Minion characters. I mean, the Minions do grate on you a little bit, as they have been pulling the same gag for 5 movies now. But that being said, they do definitely do something different in this film, but they are so lovable that you can't help but like them, despite the fact that they are really similar to how you have seen them in other films. Arkin just does such a brilliant job as the older veteran character White Knuckles, who is actually Gru's favourite member of the Vicious Six, and he becomes a bit of an unintentional mentor towards Gru. And not only do I love their relationship, I just feel like Alan Arkin just brings this character to life so brilliantly. His voice is just lent to this character so well, and you can really feel all of the emotional depths that this character goes through. Arguably, this character goes through quite a lot in this movie. Maybe you could argue more than the Gru character, and I just feel like Alan Arkin just did such a good job as this character. We've also got Taraji Henson playing Bell Bottom, who is the new leader of the Vicious Six. I wish we would have seen a little bit more from this character, but she definitely is a formidable villain as part of the Vicious Six. And finally, we've also got Michelle Yeoh playing Master Chow, and she is the Kung Fu expert, and she definitely is the saving grace of this movie, as she definitely has some wicked sequences with all of the minion characters, trying to train them up so that they can compete against all of these massive supervillain characters. And so from a casting characters point of view, even though there are some things that you have seen before, the performances in this movie definitely make up for it, and it is really innovative as well. So from a visuals point of view, this movie is truly top notch. Animation at its best. It was just so great. I mean, all of the villains looked really cool. All of the gadgets looked really great. They go to so many wicked exotic locations, and all of those look really great. Even though the final battle, maybe I would have done it differently from a narrative point of view, but I can't deny from a visuals perspective, it did look really wicked. And of course, this is a Minions movie, and the visuals for the Minions just look so good. I mean, they looked really great in the first ever Despicable Me movie, but if you look at them now, they just look so good. And even all of the little intricacies and how they are expressing their different emotions looks really great. And so from a visual spectacle perspective, this movie looks absolutely wicked. So from a comparisons perspective, I think Minions The Rise of Gru is a lot stronger than the first ever Minions movie, as well as the second Despicable Me movie. I think it's probably on the same level as the third Despicable Me movie, but not as good as the first ever Despicable Me movie, which was just so wicked. In terms of comparing it to the other Illumination studio movies, I think this film is actually a lot stronger as well than Lorax and the two Sing movies, but not as good as The Grinch. So overall, with Minions The Rise of Gru, you know, I did really enjoy this movie. I mean, it does feel a little bit childish at points in certain aspects you have seen before, but it's just got such a winning formula that you can't not enjoy it. And so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear from you. What did you think of this film? Let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.